السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أنا الطالب مبارك صالح الزاهر. اليوم راح أشرح المحاضرة السابعة من مادة Digital Forensics Guide to Computer Forensics and Investigations 4th edition. Understanding the importance of reports. You write a report to communication, the result of your forensics examination of a computer, network system, or digital device. A forensics report presents evidence that might support further investigation and, in some situations, be admissible in court at an administrative hearing or as affidavit to support issuing an arrest or a search warrant. Besides presenting fact, reports can communicate expert opinion. You should look at your report as your first testimony in a case. Courts require expert witness to submit written reports. Written report must specify fees paid for the expert's services and list all other civil or criminal cases in which the expert has testified for the preceding 4 years. Deposition banks. Example of expert witness previous testimonies. Limiting a report's specifics. The client, who might be an attorney, a detective, or an investigator, should define the investigation's goal or mission. All the reports to clients should start with the job mission or goal, which is usually to find information on a specific subject, recover certain significant documents, recover certain types of files. Before you begin writing, identify your audience and the purpose of the report. Types of reports. Computer forensics examiners are required to create different types of reports. An examination plan is a document that serves as a guideline for knowing what question to expect when you're testifying. See figure. Your attorney used the examination plan as an outline and a guide for your testimony. You can propose change to clarify or define information or to include substantive information the attorney might have omitted. You can also use the examination plan to help your attorney learn the terms and functions used in digital forensics. And this example for a report. Types of reports. Continued variable reports. Less structured. Attorneys cannot be forced to release variable reports. Preliminary reports addresses areas of investigation yet to be completed, tests that have not been concluded, interrogators, document production, depositions. Written report, affidavit or declaration. Limit what you write and pay attention to details. Include thorough documentation and support of what you write. Guidelines for writing reports. Hypothetical questions based on factual evidence. Less favored today. Guide and support your opinion. Can be abused on overly complex opinions based on knowledge and experience. Exclude from hypothetical questions. Facts that can change, cannot be used, or are not relevant to your opinion. Guidelines for writing reports continued. As an expert witness, you may testify to opinion or conclusion of four basic conditions are met. Opinion, inferences, or conclusions depend on special knowledge for or skills. Expert should qualify as a true expert. Expert must testify to a certain degree of certainty. Expert must describe fact on which their opinions are based, or they must testify to a hypothetical question. What to include in written preliminary reports? Anything you write down as part of your examination for a report in a civil litigation case and is subject to discovery from the opposing attorney, meaning what you write can or will be given the opposing attorney. Discovery is the process of opposing attorneys seeking information from each other. Therefore, a written preliminary report, such as one considered a high-risk document because opposing counsel can demand discovery on it. Spoliation. Destroying the report could be considered destroying or concluding evidence. Include the same information as verbal reports. Additional items to include in your report. Summarize your billing to date and estimate costs to complete the effort. Identify the tentative conclusion rather than the preliminary conclusion. Identify areas for further investigation and obtain confirmation from the attorney on the scope of your examination. Report structure, abstract, table of contents, body of report, conclusion, references, glossary, acknowledgement, appendixes. Writing report clearly. Consider communicative quality, ideas and organization, grammar and vocabulary, punctuation and spelling, lay out ideas in logical order, bold arguments piece by piece, group related ideas and sentences into paragraphs, group paragraphs into sections, avoid jargon, slang and colloquial terms, define technical terms, consider your evidence. Writing reports clearly. Continued. Consider writing style. Use a natural language style. Avoid repetition and vogue language. Be brief and specific. Use active rather than passive voice. Avoid presenting too many details and personal observations. Include signposts. Draw readers' attention to a point. Designing the layout and personation of reports. Digtal numbering structure divides material into sections. Readers can scan heading. Readers see how parts relate to each other. Legal sequential numbering used in pleadings. Roman normals represent major aspects. Arabic numbers are supporting information. designing the layout and presentation of reports, providing supporting material, use material such as figures, tables, data, and equation to help tell the story as it unfolds. Formatting consistently. How to format text is less important than being consistent in applying formatting, explaining expansion and data collecting methods. Explain how to you study the problem, which should follow logically from the purpose of the report, including calculations. If you use any hashing algorithms, be sure to give the common name, providing for uncertainty and error analysis. Protect your credibility, explaining results and conclusions. Explain your finding using subheadings to divide the discussing into logical parts. Save broader generalization and summarize for the report's conclusion. Providing reference, cite reference by others, last name and year of publication, follow a standard format. What is the standard format when using in citation of the report, including appendixes? You can include appendixes containing material such as raw data, figures not used in the body of the report, and anticipated exhibit. Arrange them in the order referred to in the report. Generating report findings with forensic software tools. Forensic tools generate reports when performing analysis. Report format: plain text, word processor, HTML format. Using Pro Discover Basic to generate reports. Create a new project, add an image file to the project, search for a file extension. For using Pro Discover Basic to generate reports, you can follow the steps given in page 575 in the textbook. Thank you for listening. شكرا لحسن استماعكم. كان معكم الطالب مبارك صالح آل زاهر، شعبة MN1.